what's good guys, your boy Savage back again for another movie review. We've got Whitney Houston, I Wanna Dance With Somebody 2022, released December. I watched it yesterday, man. I was supposed to do the review yesterday, but I'm gonna do it today, man. I slept on it, man. I had fun watching this movie. I can't lie, man. My missus paid for it to watch. She said, yo, just go watch it. I was gonna watch it anyway. You guys know I'd done the reaction video a few months back. And it was one of those movies that I thought I'd end up watching, but you know, there would be no rush to watch it. But since my missus already paid for it, I'm like, okay, let me just check this out. And I have to say, for a kind of feel good movie, it did the job for me. I mean, I'm going to give it a rating straight away. I need to start doing that with the movie reviews as well. I haven't been giving ratings. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. But 6 out of 10 to me isn't good. I mean, isn't a bad rating. It's just above average. But I'm a big movie critic when it comes to stuff like that. But I have to say I had a good time. This is the kind of movie that if you've got family members, I mean, everyone knows and loves Whitney Houston, surely. I mean, you're a bit of a weirdo if you don't. But everyone knows who she is. So if you've got older family members or a generation who loves that music, you're going to have fun watching it. You get to relive all the moments and stuff that either you was too young to witness when you was younger because you didn't understand, or things that you remember from TV, which is what happened with me. I'm 33, so the stuff that I remember from TV when I was a kid, but I was like 4 or 5 years old, and now I can relive it. The stuff, because I'm a Whitney Houston fan, there's loads of stuff that I already knew about Whitney. There's a few things that I didn't expect them to put in this movie. And there was a few things that, I mean, there's probably the odd thing I didn't know, nothing too outrageous. I'm not going to give all of that away. I'll say that I didn't expect him to cover the relationship she had with Robin Crawford so much in this. I'm glad they did though, because it was a big part of her story. They tried to deny it the whole time she was growing up, that she was like, well, bisexual. But Robin Crawford was her pretty much first girlfriend. But you know how the music industry works. If you're a woman, you need to have like a pop star boyfriend. If you're a man, you need to have a pop star girlfriend. That kind of thing for visuals and stuff like that. So I think Nafessa Williams played Robin in this. It threw me off a little bit because I was watching it, and for the first 45 minutes, I was like, I swear I know this woman from somewhere. And yeah, I do. And I'll tell you where I know her from. There was a Whitney Houston movie back in 2015, maybe 2016, what Angela Bassett produced. And I watched that on Amazon Prime. And the same woman who played Robin in this played Kim, Bobby Brown's ex-girlfriend, in the other one. So I was just watching, I was like, I swear I know who she is. But it done well because obviously Robin Crawford's like a hench woman, and they made her look big in this, but she's not like that in real life. Did well with that. Obviously, we can get to the main parts. Clive Davis in this. Stanley Tucci played Clive Davis. Surely I don't need to explain to you how good Stanley Tucci is at acting. He's great at everything. From the interviews I've witnessed with Clive Davis as well, he really done well in the role as him. And he gave off the vibe of him, to be honest. Like, it was... I mean, Clive Davis was one of the producers on this movie, and so was Pat Houston. I think Whitney Houston's sister-in-law. And my missus did say, like, she enjoyed it, but she didn't know... She thought that, like, Clive Davis came across too nice in the movie, and I don't know if that was because... And I had to tell her, like, he produced it, so if he niced anything up, and that, it's because of that. But I swear this man's, like, 180 years old. So, you know what I mean? But music legend, though. Bobby Brown in this was played by Ashton Saunders. Ashton Saunders is the guy from Moon Knight, that terrible movie. And is in Equalizer 2? Equalizer 2? No, Equalizer 3. Equalizer 3. I was so confused at how many movies there's been. Equalizer 3. He's the young boy in that who's in that movie. And I like him, to be fair. He's a good actor. He played Bobby Brown. There's a bit like weird moments in the movie where, like, especially when Whitney first meets him on stage at the Soul Train Awards, he does it, like, when he's dancing and stuff, I'm like, no, this is not, you've tried to get the thing down and that with the Bobby Brown thing, but Bobby Brown's like a certain persona and you didn't do well with that. But after that part, his acting skills to be Bobby Brown was very accurate, you know. Bow, 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 bow. Yeah, you know how Bobby Brown goes, you know what I'm saying? So I thought that was pretty cool. And then obviously, onto the main star of the show, I left her till last. Naomi Ackie, who's a British actor, I think. I'm pretty sure she's British. She's in Star Wars in Last Jedi, which is not everyone's favourite movie, but she's in The Last Jedi. I remember her being in there. She plays Whitney Houston in this, and I have to say, well done to her. She did a great job. I knew that it might throw people off if you're only watching a biopic type movie and the person needs to look exactly like them for you, but nobody looks like Whitney Houston anyway. There was a few moments when I'm like, they got everything down in terms of the retro look, the hair, the way she dressed. She had her mannerisms down perfect. And like I said, I'm a fan of Whitney Houston. I like watching the old interviews and live performances and stuff. So there's no performance in this movie that I hadn't seen before. So I was very aware that that is very much like Whitney. And there's a few interviews later on in Whitney's life where the drugs and stuff started to come in. And I only just watched one of the interviews with my son about 4 days ago. It was like when celebrities are being rude to interviewers and all this stuff, and she got it perfect. So she really did great in this. I think the only parts that threw me off a little bit was there's a few songs that she has to sing in the movie, and there's one in particular. I think it's with it might be with Jermaine Jackson or someone like that. But obviously she has to mime because they use Whitney's real backing vocals in this movie, and she did not look like she was singing at all. Like, I know you have to mime, but it didn't look like, which, to be fair to her, it's not going to be her fault. It's going to be how they sync up the music. But it felt like they just had Whitney's whole song playing over the top and she was miming like she was on TikTok. But apart from that, I really enjoyed it. It was dope. I thought she got the mannerisms for that song, It's Not Right, But It's Okay, and obviously I Will Always Love You. Perfect. And the final performance, well, Whitney's not a great performance, but what people really, from 1994, I think it was, there's a performance that she does when she does a medley of about 4 or 5 songs. She got the mannerisms done perfect, and I'd employ anyone to watch the movie and then go on YouTube and watch the interviews and the performance and see how good this lady done. So she done really good. The movie's not an incredible movie, but it's a really good movie. And I think that's what you all expect from these kind of movies, to be fair, because the biopics, you're literally mimicking somebody else who is a legend and always been around, and it's going to be hard to do that. It was also very sad as well, and we don't need to go into why it was sad, but we know about Whitney's life and where it went and where it ended up and stuff like that, which is quite horrible, to be fun. I had really so much fun listening to the music and stuff, and then for the last 25 minutes of the movie, I started to think, oh, I know where this is going. One great thing, which is not really a spoiler, but they didn't go up until they went up until the time when she died, but they didn't show anything. They didn't go through that whole thing. There was little inklings and little Easter eggs pointing to, oh, she's met a drug dealer and this is the last day on earth, so we know what's going to happen later on. And I recognised the hotel straight away, but then it just switched back to an old performance and ended it there. So I was very happy with the movie. I would definitely watch it again, not in quick succession, maybe later on. It's one of those movies you could have on just chilling, you know what I mean, nice Sunday rest day and that, chill, watch it. I think if you've got a mum who's a fan of Whitney Houston, which I don't know most, and anyone who's my age and they've got their mum's a fan of Whitney Houston, and it'll be a nice one to watch with your family and stuff. I really believe so. So yeah, man. But hey, Whitney, man, sad times, man. I can't. I said to my missus as soon as I finished watching it, and I messaged her. I said it was a really good movie, but flipping how it's sad. And then I started to say to her all the legends had so many problems, so many, from Whitney to Michael Jackson to George Michael to Freddie Mercury, to Amy Winehouse, so many problems, and they've all left the planet now. But listen, I don't know them personally, so their music lives on. I listen to every single one of them damn near every day on my gym playlist. So it's cold, man, but definitely I recommend it. 6 out of 10. Stretching to a 6.5, to be honest. I had fun watching it. So I've been your boy Savage. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Shout out Pablo and Fifi in the background. Fifi's hiding and Pablo's sleeping. So run.